Hello everybody, we are going to have a look at present simple. The presentation is going to be divided into 5 different points. First one is when do we use present simple, how do we form present simple, how do we add s, which time expression usually go with present simple, and which adverbs of frequency usually go with present simple. When do we use present simple? The first and the main use of it is when we talk about routines and habits, as in I go to school on foot every day. We also use a present simple to talk about timetables. The train leaves at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, pay attention that it's a future action, but we use present simple to talk about timetables. We also use present simple to talk about universal truth or to make descriptions, as in, for instance, water boils at 100 degrees, or British people use pants. We also use present simple to talk about preferences, as in I like dancing very much, or I think London is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. How do we form present simple? We are going to have a look at the affirmative, the negative, and the interrogative form. In the affirmative, we only have to use the infinitive form, and if it is a third person singular subject, we will need to add an s or es at the end of the verb. Remember, subject, we also always have to use subject at the beginning of the sentence. We have to use verbs and then the complements. For instance, Paul usually reads before going to bed, or babies love having a bath. Pay attention, we have Paul here, third person singular, we need an s at the end of reads, and in this plural subject we just write the infinitive form of the verb. In the negative, we will use again the subject, and then we will use don't or doesn't if we have the third person singular as the subject, and then the infinitive form of the verb. John doesn't play tennis, or Ellen doesn't like traveling by car on holidays. In the interrogative, we will use this WH pronoun if we want to. What we are going always have to use is this do or does at the beginning, then the subject, the infinitive, and then the complements. As in, do you like playing computer games, or does he play the guitar in a pop group? Remember that when we are asked a yes/no question, we have to answer using a short answer, as in yes I do, or no I don't, or yes he does, no he doesn't, depending on the subject of the answer. How do we add s to a verb? In most of the cases, we only have to add this s at the end, as in plays or cats or sees. The exceptions that we have are the ones that when the verb ends in an s sound, as in miss or push. We can't pronounce the verb if we just add an s. So we need this es sound at the end to make it possible. We will say misses or pushes or watches or mixes. When the verb ends in o, we also write this es at the end, as in goes or does. And when the verb ends in y and before it we have find a consonant, we have to remove y and then add this ies at the end, like in studies or flights. Which time expressions go with present simple? This time expression is usually go at the beginning or at the end of the sentence, and they indicate the frequency of the action, as every day, every night, once or twice a week, at the weekend, or on Mondays or Tuesdays. And these adverbs of frequency are very common to be found in present simple. Always, usually, often, sometimes, never, normally. That indicates that an action is a routine. So this is all, and we are going to have a look tomorrow to some exercises. So see you tomorrow.